So, made it to the first police checkpoint and they weren't going to let me through because you're not supposed to be up here without a guide. And then I left because they were like, you can't go any further. And then the police waved me back and they were like, Hakimi, Hakimi, come back. Hakimi is this guy. He's a Moroccan football and I just bought it because it looks cute. I don't actually know anything about sports, but they're like, Hakimi, come back, Hakimi, come back. And now I'm allowed to finish the next little bit of the hike. It's 1 hour until the next village. Made it to the top of the mountain, or to the village. The top of the mountain is still like a 2-day hike. It is amazing up here, and now I have to turn back. This is interesting because this is the reality of a lot of places up this remote. They don't have Wi-Fi or cell signal. Most people don't have phones, so instead they will have cyber cafes, which is a cafe that you go to that you pay to use the computer that will usually be hooked up to some sort of like Ethernet, ancient type of Wi-Fi. But I have been able to do my job posting to social media even up here in this like really remote area because I've been using eSIMs while I'm traveling. And eSIM is something that you activate from your phone, so all you have to do is download the app and you can activate a data plan for any country in the world from it. Okay. Okay, thank you. Okay. Thank you. Going up to my hotel, which is Casbah de Toubkal, and the roads here are nice and wide and paved, but as you get up the mountain and you get into the real IMI territory, the roads are not paved anymore and you can't drive a car up there. So we're taking a donkey. Look at this. This little clay pot is actually an ancient Moroccan lipstick called Fassi, and it goes back hundreds of years. So what you do is you take your spit and you make this, give more spit. You make this red, and then you take the pigment that you dislodge with the moisture of your spit and you rub it on your lips, or even, there's flies here, or even I've been told you can put it on your cheeks. I wasn't using enough spit before. And then you put it on your lips, and you can see the more wet it is, the more spit you use, the more pigment you get, and it gets really pigmented. It's like super bright. You could also apply this with a brush if you want to, but I don't have a brush. But you can also use it as a cheek stain. I think I overestimated how much Fassi I need. I'm making a mess. I made a complete mess, but the name Acre means red and Fassi means Fez, which is the city where this originated from. I'm in Marrakesh right now, and that city is just a little bit north of here, but it is another ancient medieval city, so it's super cool. And one of these should last you for a really long time. This is probably the most interesting purchase I've made in Morocco as a souvenir so far. Look at this. In Morocco, the basic requirement is you should be able to pour your tea from 30 centimeters high. For Americans, that is 1 foot. And this is all part of the Berber, aka Amazigh people's tea ritual. The first step in the tea ritual is mixing the burning hot water with a ridiculous amount of sugar. As you can see, they really take the sugar seriously. Pouring the tea like this aerates the drink and cools it down so you can actually drink it, and it mixes the sugar so that you get a better drink overall. You're also never supposed to drink just 1 cup, but 3, which is actually not that hard because the cups are teeny tiny. A saying goes, the first cup of tea is gentle as life, the second is strong as love, and the third is as bitter as death. And you're still supposed to drink all 3. If you're visiting Morocco like I am right now, you will be served a tea at every single meal, at breakfast, after dinner, late at night. It's pretty much never ending. But what's interesting is that they do not grow tea leaves in Morocco. While the mint, which is a major component in a tea, is local, the tea itself has to be imported. And Morocco was the 7th largest importer of tea in the world in 2024, and they spent over $250 million on tea imports. Up here in the High Atlas Mountains, they do things a little bit differently than the rest of Morocco, and sometimes they will mix the tea with thyme or other herbs instead of just mint, which makes this all the more unique a place to visit. I'm in a grocery store in Morocco, and look at how different it is. They have all of these, I guess like spices, but it's more just like a mix mash of all sorts of different Moroccan things. Some of it that I've never seen before. This looks like it's like a cookie that's cooked inside of a date.
And then they have walnuts and dates. I think this is all like the fruit and nut stuff. These are like cardamom almonds. And yeah, they just have this entire section. It's all uncovered and it's all like really pretty. I feel like I've never seen anything like this in a grocery store in the US, maybe in like a Whole Foods, but over here are the spices. And it's not really like one category. Over here is the preserved stuff. So here is the olives, and then this is semen, which is like salted butter. I know that one of my favorite Moroccan things to eat is missemen, which is like a pancake with this on it. And yeah, you just get like your salted butter with your olives. Over here are Moroccan preserved lemons. That's also really good. They have tiny little things of saffron, preserved lemons. Yeah, I just think this is really cool. It's all sorts of stuff.